And welcome back for another English for Communication 2. I'm Stephen Judge. Today we're going to begin Unit 9 called Contemplation. Lesson 1 is a grammar lesson on zero, first, and second conditionals. Now, we'll start with zero conditionals. Zero conditionals we use when we want to make statement of facts that are related to each other. So how we make it is we connect two present simple statements together with, so here we have the if clause, a present simple statement, and comma, and another present simple statement. Or you can just do present simple with if in the middle and present simple. When you do this, there's no comma. So an important grammar point to remember, but here are some examples of how this looks. So with the if at the beginning, if I drink coffee in the morning, comma, I don't sleep well. So these are two present simple facts that have a connection to and relationship to each other. Next we have I eat a large lunch if I exercise in the morning. And now in the second sentence, there's no comma because if is in the middle. Our next conditional is called the first conditional, which is talking usually about the future. It's a conditional future. So it connects present tense with a future tense. Now we reviewed future tense in a couple units before with going to and will. So you can use either one in first conditional. And how that looks grammatically is we use if with the present simple, comma, and then the future tense. Or you use the future tense first and then if followed by the present simple. So how this looks is we have if I pass my exam tomorrow, comma, my mom will be happy. So we have our future tense in the second section. And don't forget about the comma in the middle. Here we have the if in the middle, so we have no comma. I'm going to their concert if they come to Thailand. Now, we talked about using present continuous in future tense situation, and that's what the person is doing here. So it's not just subjected to will and going to. You can also use present continuous in the future under the right circumstances. Now, our third is second conditional. Now, second conditional is the kind of the fun one. People like to use in having funny conversations because it talks about unlikely present or future situations. And how it does is we connect a past tense with would and the infinitive. So what infinitive is just the base verb. And how it usually looks, so we have if with the past tense, would and infinitive. Now we sometimes use past simple and sometimes we use past perfect, but usually it's all done with past simple. Or you can, without the comma, you can do would in the infinitive, if, and past tense. So example, if at the beginning and the comma in the middle. If we met earlier, so we have verb to, past tense, we would be best friends. So would and be, so the infinitive, the base verb. Switching it out, where we have if in the middle, I would run, so would and base verb, if zombies attacked. So we have ed, verb to, past tense. Second conditionals are always funny for questions. And we often start our questions, what would you do if, and then we have our past tense. So example, what would you do if zombies attacked? What would you do if you won the lottery? Or what would you wish for if you had 3 magical wishes? So again, we have our base verb with the would and our past tense on the second part of the questions. And all these questions are unlikely situations, and that's why we use second conditional to discuss these. Now let's put it to test. Let's see if you can complete this conversation between 2 friends using one person hasn't finished their assignment and they're using the conditionals to explain what may or may not happen to them. So, hey, are you finished yet? No, not yet. If I didn't watch Netflix on the weekend, I would be finished already. So we have our past tense and then would be. So that's our second conditional. I really need to get done because my teacher is going to be angry if it isn't done. So here we have our first conditional. We have a future going to, and then we have if and present simple. A, what is she going to do if you aren't finished today? So again, a first conditional. So we start with the be verb because it's part of the going to and future tense. Then we have if and present simple. She will give me a 0 score. So here we have future tense. If I get a 0 score on this assignment, I will fail. So again, we have another example of first conditional. Why did you leave it last minute? I am always more creative if I leave it to the last minute. So in our last one is a 0 conditional because it has 2 present simple statements. So that's it for 0, first, and second conditional. Well, that's it for 0, first, and second conditionals. I'm Stephen Judge, and have a good day. Bye.